So we brought you this beautiful tie boot floral last week on a separate video. And I want to show you the different qualities of wallpaper by showing you that just this one in regards to removal. Now we had to remove a sheet that was near this wet area, and I want to demonstrate to you why if you're living in a home where you want wallpaper installed, you want to go with a quality brand of wallpaper, and the only way to know that is to consult somebody who has used it before, hung it before, or go on reviews for the product itself. Sometimes something that costs $13 a roll, not always, but is not necessarily the product you want to hang in your home. I want to show you how good tie boot is. Okay, tie boot, T-H-I-B-A-U-T. So this is what we call the shell. This is what you see in the design, right? This. And this is the backing, this paper. After you remove the shell, and the shell, if it doesn't come off in big pieces like this, a big sheet like this, if it doesn't come down in big sheets and it's coming down in slivers, it's because of one or two or both of the following. Number one, the wall was not prepared properly, in that the substrate, the wall itself, was not sealed, separating the wall from the wall covering and the glue that holds it up. Or two, the paper is so poorly constituted. It's a little better than toilet tissue, you know, with some design on it. Or both of those combined. If your wallpapering comes down easily, it's an indication, first of all, that it's a good product, I would say in general, and certainly that the wall was prepared properly. If you pull down good paper over a wall that was not prepared properly, you will not get that good paper down. It will come down in little Band-Aid strips. And so what did I do? I pulled it down in large strips, and I exposed the backing. And that's what you see hanging here. That's the backing. That's that white sheet on the back that holds the design to what is gluable. And the backing is what you're gluing to the wall. You're not gluing the shell to the wall. The shell sticks to the backing, it expands together, it shrinks together, and then you have a wallpaper composed of two separate parts. With a non-sharp object, I'm going to use this product from, who makes this? You can see for yourself, this is $2. This is like the best thing because it doesn't, when you wet your wall, it gets vulnerable to dents and bruising, right? You can even put your fingernail and make a little dent. So it's vulnerable to scratches, and this doesn't scratch when used properly. Look at this. Okay, and so it comes right down, right? And that's all we're looking to do. Just make it come down nice and easily. You see, this is a plaster. This is a joint compound repair. So you want it to be nice and easy with that. You don't want to scratch that and require new repairs there, right? Let's pull it off. Nice and easy. And there you have it. I'm going to take my spatula. This is a spatula. I'm just going to clean off any burrs that appear on the wall before I start to apply the new wallpaper. And of course I'm going to just clean this down. See? Nice and easy. Very simple. And that's really all there is to it. Anybody can do this. What generally happens with people is that they panic. The wallpaper doesn't come down. The guy says to his wife, honey, I found a YouTube channel. I found a YouTube. Look at this guy. Look how easy it is. They get out their bucket of water, their spray bottle, they're happy. Then they start removing it. And then, of course, it doesn't come down like it does in the video. Have you ever gone to the doctor with something that's been troubling you for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden, it doesn't happen when you're at the doctor, right? So, the same idea being, you may not have the ease with which I took this wall covering down, simply because it's not you, it's the variables with which your wall covering is affected. And that could be the wall underneath it and its preparation or lack thereof. Or secondly, you may be dealing with crappy wallpaper that really isn't good stuff, that comes down easily. Don't kill yourself banging your head against the wall saying, oh, I'm not doing it right. It's not you. It's simply, if this doesn't work for you, your environment is different. You're doing it right. It's just you have to use a more aggressive approach. That concludes the content of this video. I will now make suggestions about hard to remove wall covering. If this doesn't happen in your case scenario, here's what you do. Do this again. Wet it down. Wet it down at the seams. And simply proceed the way I just did. Wet it again. Wet it the third time. If you're having no luck and it's coming down in Band-Aids, and you have all day, keep taking it down like that. Get some help. Have a pizza party. The last thing you want to do is start damaging your walls. You may run into literally a repair of $1,000 or $2,000, depending on the size. Patience, patience. Put the job off to 2 or 3 weekends if you have to. So what if the room is out of commission for a little while? Better than wasting a ton of money having the walls repaired unless you can do it yourself. Secondly, if that doesn't work, what you could do is take a utility knife, a very thin blade, and simply crisscross the shell. Crisscross the shell so that you can make more seams. What you're essentially doing is making more seams in the paper through which water can get to minimize the adhesion of the wallpaper to the wall. And you simply squirt it down and you'll see the wet lines, all of the lines that you've scratched through the wall covering, getting wet. It will rarely penetrate through the wall, rarely. And if it does, it's very easy to repair, especially if you're putting wall covering over it again. So you crisscross it, making penetrations, literally scratching through the wallpaper with a very sharp but thin knife. And it's a razor blade. Then you squirt it down, and then you use a plastic spatula like the one I just showed you to start, you pull it off with your fingertips, and then you get in there and it'll come off. If that doesn't work, load up some hot water with fabric softener, and then get your garden sprayer out and hose the wall down, protecting your floors with plastic. Hose it down, just spritz it all over the wall and let the fabric softener soak in. That should have a very good effect. That, however, is going to have to be cleaned off with copious amounts of water to get the fabric softener off and to restore the wall to the base, to where you can paint it. You don't want to be painting over fabric softener. If that doesn't work, you can penetrate it with a wall perforator. In one of my videos, if you just Google or YouTube Spencer Colgan wall perforator, removal of wallpaper, you'll see the tool that I presented, I'd say about 5-6 months ago now. And then you're simply making holes in the wall, literally like something that rolls over the wall and makes a nice, it makes really nice penetrations depending on the force with which you use the tool and the depth to which you want to go past the wallpaper. If it's stubborn, penetrate it. And then you'll have hundreds of holes in the wall covering through which water can get, and it comes down pretty easily. But then you have your repairs. And then you can see my videos on Spencer Colgan wall restoration, or how to skim coat a wall, SKIMCOAT. Now, last case scenario, it's not working. You've done everything I said. The wallpaper didn't come down, you're frustrated, now you need marital counseling because now you're fighting. Just kidding. Here's what you do. Forget it. Put a drop cloth down on the wall, on the floor, cover your floors completely, scrape off anything loose. Scrape it off with a scraper, and then sand it with a pole sander. You'll see all of these things if you just simply Google them. Use of a pole sander, get the round one. It tends not to trip on you. So this is what you do. Put kills on it, oil-based kills. Leave the wallpaper on. I'm talking wallpaper. If it's vinyl, you're not going to be able to leave vinyl on a wall. Vinyl will come down though. This whole video is, we're talking about paper here. We are not talking about vinyl or leather wall coverings or grass cloth. Oh, no, 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 no. We're simply talking about what most of the residential wall covering is today, and it's paper. Okay? I'm not talking about, this part of the video is not addressing vinyl, leather, grass cloth, or any of those other types of wall coverings that we commonly see today. Leave the paper on the wall. Remember, your sheetrock is comprised of paper, okay? Gypsum is encased in paper, right behind this. You see this? You see this brown paper exposed? That's paper. Over that was a white paper, and that's what gypsum is. That's what wallboard is. Why not leave the paper on the wall, okay? You got work to do now. It's easier to take it down, just restore your walls, but if you just put, it's called Kills Original. It comes in a white can with red letters, Kills, and it's oil-based. And they have odorless now. Just use that, go right over it, scrape off the burrs after that, joint compound right over it, and then you're good to go. Okay, if you have any questions about what I've said, please indicate so in the comment section below. Thanks all to you for your comments on the recent graphics series, Dreamscape Graphics, that me and my team installed in the CVS. And I'll be doing another one within the next week. And so that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please click on like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.